Hi, this is Shelley Kraft, and we're coming to you live on SNN Live. We're here at the FSX Conference in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and I'm here with David Weild, a man who I know a long, long time. He's a senior advisor at Grant Thornton, and he's also chairman of the Capital Markets Advisory Partners and the featured speaker here today at the FSX Conference. David, it's always good to see you.
Shelley, it's great to see you again. It's been a while.
I know. So let's talk about your background. I mean, it's really, you got a good resume, guy.
Well, 25-year Wall Street veteran. I ran investment banking at Prudential Securities and equity capital markets, the equity new issues business. Probably priced about 500 IPOs and about 500 follow-on transactions. Had a great run. Actually, that whole class of finance called registered directs, some credit me with being sort of the grandfather, so I guess that's a sign I'm getting up there. And then I was vice chairman of NASDAQ for 4 years under Wick Simmons. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, that's where I met you. So, and I also knew Ed Schlitzer in the clearing department at Prudential because we cleared through him when I was on the street.
Right, back when Eddie ran Wexford Clearing.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Hi, Ed. Hi. So what are you doing now?
Well, we're out there. Grant Thornton's given us a lot of support to actually write studies, a couple of which have been entered into the congressional record. One called A Wake-Up Call for America, Evidence of Systemic Decline in the U.S. Equities Markets. And then the other one, which is actually the updated version just came out recently, called Market Structures Causing the IPO Crisis. And more, and actually looks at the impact of lack of IPOs on the job market. The bottom line is that if you're not raising equity capital, it's hard to put people to work, and I think that's common sense. And this country right now was producing, even before the bubble, over 500 IPOs a year from '91 to '96, and today a bull year. A good year is 200. You got it. You got it. So we got a lot of work to do. I mean, we're trying to get Congress and others, and we're trying. Actually, one of the reasons why I'm so excited to be here is I'm trying to get management teams to sign on to helping to call their local congressmen and their senators to say we need a new dealer market again. We got to get some economics back into the broker dealers.
Did you say a new dealer market? Absolutely. You mean a strong broker dealer market?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that it's absolute folly that you can take an electronic market structure that's been optimized for large cap issuers. It works great for the Intels and the Exxons of the world, but it's an absolute disaster for mom and pop businesses that need to go public in this country to put people back to work. And last I looked, job formation, all of it pretty much occurred with small businesses, not with the behemoths.
As the publisher of the Micro Cap Review magazine, you got my vote.
Well, I think you're doing God's work. I mean, the real God's work. We got to deleverage America. We have too much leverage on too many balance sheets. Lending more money isn't the answer. It's getting equity capital into U.S. corporations. And it's interesting. I've been working with some Chinese folks, and I started to come across the fact that there are actually policies in many of the growth provinces of China where those local governments are actually underwriting the cost of their companies to go public on foreign markets and to bring equity capital back into China. So the Chinese government clearly gets it, and so it's now up to us as good Americans to try and get our congressmen and our regulators to understand that we need markets that really support putting equity onto balance sheets.
I have to. I'm going to let this run a little long because I want to say something back to you about this topic about the Chinese and all. I think, personally, that the Chinese have reverse engineered communism and come up with something called capitalism.
Well, they absolutely have. I mean, they have some advantages in the sense that if they're a benevolent autocracy, they can make decisions and they don't have the political process encumbering them. I mean, I think that, so far they have done a masterful job with their economy. They're smart people. I mean, and I think that some of their economic policies, I think we need to take a hard look at. I mean, the fact is that economy has been growing at about 10% per annum, and this is a country that in the 60s put a man on the moon. I wouldn't count us out, but we've got to get moving if we don't want to have to teach our kids to speak foreign languages and ship them overseas for career opportunities. I mean, it's up to us to bring the career opportunities back here onto U.S. soil.
So you're saying the teacher can learn something from the student?
Absolutely.
David, thank you so much. What are you going to talk about today?
It's great to see. Well, it's not today. It's going to be tomorrow. I'm the luncheon speaker, and I'm going to go through some of the papers and the data and look at the market structure changes that we've quantified and hopefully get a little bit of momentum up to go after Washington and get them to do the right thing.
What's a website that people can follow you?
Well, we've got both of these studies are up on the Grant Thornton websites. You can reach me at CMApartners.com.
CMApartners.com. Ladies and gentlemen, David Weild, Senior Advisor, Grant Thornton, Chairman, Capital Markets Advisory Partners, and a featured speaker at FSX, and a friend of mine.
Good to see you, Shelley. Yeah.